What's up, kids? My name's Logan, and I'm back today, this time for the NFL ranking teams from 1 through 32, just like yesterday with the NBA teams. If you haven't seen it, go back to the channel and just click down to yesterday's. It'll have Harden and Westbrook as the thumbnail. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you have any ideas on what you want me to discuss next. Uh, I'll, don't be nervous. Just send me anything if you want me to talk about stuff. All right, let's just get into it. Number 32, the Miami Dolphins. They don't really have a lot of talent. Their leading receiver is a running back. They let their coach go to a rival. It's just a mess down there. They're just trying to get Tua. They're just trying to tank. I don't think it's going to work out too well. Maybe they get Tua, one of the most hyped up lefties since Michael Vick. And this team's not gonna be good. They're gonna go 3-13, 4-12 at best. Number 31, Cincinnati. They would be a few spots higher, but AJ Green's hurt. They got rid of Marvin Lewis, but I don't think that's gonna be a big difference. This team's just a mess. It does not work well. And they're going to be dead last in the AFC North, which is a pretty competitive division. Number 30, the New York Giants. Daniel Jones is looking pretty good, but they could have saved it. They could have gotten better players at that pick, at that 6th overall pick. You could be thinking they could have gotten Josh Allen and Daniel Jones, which wouldn't be bad. But it's just a mess, and they're not dead last because of Saquon. Number 29, the Arizona Cardinals. You got Kyler Murray, and that's about it. You're watching Larry Fitzgerald ride off into the sunset of not even making it to 5 or 6 wins. So, number 28, the Detroit Lions. They drafted T.J. Hawkinson out of the University of Iowa, one of my favorite players. I think he's going to do pretty well. Hopefully he doesn't get treated like Eric Ebron in Detroit. But this team has no direction. It's in the NFC North. I don't really expect too many great things. So I'll be looking at individual players like Kerryon Johnson, Hawkinson, and Matthew Stafford. But that's about it. There's not a lot you can say about the team. Number 27, Denver, the team that also has the other tight end from Iowa, Noah Fant. I think he's going to be exceptional. I don't think he's going to have high numbers because he has to share with 2 other tight ends. They got Joe Flacco as their starting quarterback. I don't know how that's going to go. And, they got Von Miller wasting his career there. He won a Super Bowl, but after that, it hasn't been anything too special. Number 26, the Buffalo Bills. It's a decent team. They got a great defense. I'd put them on their fantasy, but I don't know. Josh Allen, they don't not have a running back. Their best running back is the quarterback, and that's not always a great sign. I think this team is going to get about 6 wins, but I put them lower than teams who made it worse because I just don't think they're going to – it's just that offense is a little too weak for me. You don't really have the best help surrounding Josh Allen. Number 25, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're probably going to go down from here. Winston's a decent quarterback. They should have taken Mariota. Bruce Arians may help him out. They got 2 good receivers in Godwin and Mike Evans, but this team's just going to be dead last in a very great NFC South division. Number 24, Washington Redskins, one of the best steals in the draft. They got Dwayne Haskins, and also they did many other rookies as well. They did really well drafting-wise, in my opinion. And I think they could be a decent team in 3 or 4 years from now if they keep a core of young guys together. But right now, there's just nothing too special about them. Alex Smith get healthy. Number 23 is the San Francisco 49ers. You got Jimmy G, but what that team proved last year is like even with Jimmy G, you can't really do anything special with this team. They got my boy George Kittle though. That's a positive. They really need to build up their defense outside their D-line. Their D-line is really good. Solomon Thomas, DeForest Buckner, Nick Bosa. They have that D-line, locked down. Now they need to expand that and bring back the days of great linebackers of Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman and, get a decent DB core. Number 22, the Tennessee Titans. There's just nothing special about them. They're kind of running it back, and they really didn't improve nor got worse this year. But their record's gonna go down in result of it. Derrick Henry, I think he's gonna have his monster year this year. But it's gonna be weapons. It's gonna be Marcus Mariota, Delaney Walker. They're gonna start producing less and less numbers, and it's the beginning of a long, long decline for the Titans. Number 21, Jacksonville Jaguars, hometown team. They have Nick. They do have Nick Foles. But it's injuries. Just something's going to happen with injuries. It's just how it's going to be. Cam Robinson, Marquise Lee, Leonard Fournette, they're all suffered injuries, and they were key parts of the offense. I think D.D. Westbrook's going to have a great year. That defense is going to be amazing with Josh Allen. Really going to put more pressure on the outside. We can move Calais Campbell more inside. And Taven Bryan, that was a bust. That was a bust and a waste of a pick. Number 20, the Oakland Raiders. I may have them a little too high, but they can do good. I like their offense. I like how it's balanced out pretty well. The defense is a decent defense. Nothing too special. There's no way they're getting in the playoffs. This Western Conference or that AFC West division it's tough. The two out of the top 5 teams in the league. Number 19, the Carolina Panthers. I hate when people say Cam Newton's getting his MVP numbers. That's not happening. But DJ Moore and Christian McCaffrey, they're going to do something special. They're going to play really well. I have Carolina going 8-8, 7-9, 9-7, that range. The defense is decent enough to get them probably to 50%. You got 18, the Baltimore Ravens. Earl Thomas, Mark Ingram, great pickups, but man, they lost a lot in that front seven. That front seven is what defined Baltimore, and now this is a new era, and I don't think it's going to be that good. Can't rely on your safeties too much. Lamar Jackson, decent. He could, if he throws the ball a little bit better, he can be a great quarterback. But right now, he's just looking like a Michael Vick type of guy, old Michael Vick. So can run, but his throwing is not as great as it could have been. Number 17, the Minnesota Vikings. Definition of an 8-8 team. There's nothing they're a good team, but it's just something about that NFC North they just can't get over. They just cannot. Two teams, one stayed as good, the other got way better. It's going to be tough for them to do exceptional this year. Number 16, the New York Jets. Quentin Williams is a great pick. They got C.J. Mosley and Le'Veon Bell. Robbie Anderson put on weight. This is also definition of an 8-8 team. I think Darnold is going to have a great improvement and probably be the most improved out of rookie quarterbacks. Baker, he's great, but he's not. It's not a bigger. Sam Darnold's going to improve more than Baker, but Baker will still be better. That makes sense. Number 15, the Houston Texans. They lost Honey Badger. That's about it, really. It's still a good team. They got Duke Johnson for a 4th-round pick, which I thought that's a pretty good deal. So now they have Lamar Miller, Duke Johnson to help out Deshaun Watson, and they still have D-Hop. So, number 14, the Atlanta Falcons, Matty Ice, Julio Jones, Devontae Freeman, Calvin Ridley, Mo Sanu, Austin Hooper. O-line is still decent. This is a great offense. The defense is going to be back. I think this team's going to be really well. 10-6. I think 10-6 at worst. And I think they're going to make the playoffs in the NFC. Number 13, the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are, Andrew Luck, who has a high ankle issue, which is why I dropped him down. I had them in my top 10 because Darius Leonard, the defense is decent, the offense is all right, but Andrew Luck is a big component. I think he was going to put, I had him as a candidate for MVP this year, upcoming season, and you could see why. But hopefully he gets better. Colts, I have them as favored to win the AFC South. And hopefully Andrew Luck can come back with not as many issues. Number 12, the Seattle Seahawks. They have Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, who I think is going to have a really big year, Chris Carson, who's an underrated running back. It's a good team. The defense, you got Bobby Wagner. Decent DB core. I think this team could be a wild card team in the NFC. Russell Wilson is going to just do his magic. Number 11, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think this is a good spot to where they be right outside the top 10. Because Juju Smith-Schuster and James Conner are great replacements for Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown. The locker room, now it's back together. It's no issues, no drama. Besides, rest in peace to their wide receiver coach. But I think this team's going to be really well. This is, they're going to compete with the Browns for the AFC North. But, I trust them. I think they can do really well and make the playoffs in the West, in the AFC. Number 10, the Philadelphia Eagles. Carson Wentz. It's like a regular season team. This is like the Rockets of the NFL. They're going to have a great regular season, but lose first round in the playoffs. That's just what they look like. I think they're going to lose in the wild card round against any other NFC team they play. But this is just a weird situation. They don't have Nick Foles to bail them out in the playoffs. This team, their defense did get a little bit better, but I don't like. There's just something about them that doesn't say they're going to win the division or get to Super Bowl like many predict. Number 9, the Green Bay Packers. I may have them a little too high here, but when you think about it, this is back in the day. This is Aaron Rodgers with a defense. Aaron Rodgers, he can carry an offense, but he needs a defense to help him out. That was the old Clay Matthews days, prime Clay Matthews, with a great defense, and that's why they did so well and won a Super Bowl. And that's exactly what they did here. They got Adrian Amos, which is an underrated safety in the NFL, and they signed a bunch of D linemen and then drafted another one. So hopefully Rashawn Gary, who's one of my favorite players in the draft, even though he's from Michigan, I think he's going to do really well for them if he develops and the coaches allow him to develop. Number 8, the Dallas Cowboys. I have them so high because, man, they played amazing when they got Amari Cooper. He's just such a perfect fit for that offense. He reminds me of Dez Bryant, Zeke Elliott, one of the best running backs in the NFL. Dak Prescott, he does his job. Even though he's stupid enough to regret a $30 million contract that he doesn't deserve, but yet he expects he's going to get paid more. I don't think he deserves $30 million contract, but he's a good quarterback, but he ain't that good. He ain't that worthy enough of that money. Number 7, the Cleveland Browns. 2 years ago, you'd have them at number 32. Now they're number 7. Ever since they fired their old GM, they've done everything right. Everything perfect. And this team is going to do wonders. They traded for OBJ for a first-round pick that was wasted by the Giants. And Jabril Peppers, who may do well for the Giants, but he wasn't doing as good as people thought he would for the Browns. I got high hopes for the Cleveland Browns. We're going to see them in the playoffs, which, that's going to be weird. That's going to be weird to watch. Number 6, the Chicago Bears, Khalil Mack. David Montgomery, who I watched run against Iowa, and he's something special. You still got Tariq Cohen, Mitchell Trubisky. I think he's going to have another good year. The defense is just what's up. You're missing Adrian Amos, but you still have Eddie Jackson. And then Roquan Smith. This team, I really like this team. I think they're going to win the NFC North, and hopefully they have a kicker this year. Number 5, the Los Angeles Chargers. They got my boy Desmond King, who made All-Pro. Even if they don't have Melvin Gordon, I still have him as a top 5 team. It's just one of the more complete teams in the NFL. Because Austin Eckler, he can, he just helps out Phil Rivers. You just need a decent running back to help him out. They got Mike Williams, who I think he's going to explode this year. Who is it? Hunter Henry is on the team as well. That offense is great, but man, that defense, that's a defense that's hard to beat. One of the best defenses in the league, and a defense that's not really talked about as much as it should. Number 4, the LA Rams. They got worse. They played in one of the most boring Super Bowls of all time. I was glad I didn't watch it. It's you got Goff. You have the receiver core. You got Todd Gurley. You still got that O-line. The Rams are still a good team. The defense, no, not as good as last year, but they still have those weapons. Aqib Talib and Marcus Peters. So, it's still a good team. I trust them to probably go back to the NFC Championship this year. Number 3, the Kansas City Chiefs. Pat Mahomes. Tyreek Hill, who somehow didn't get suspended. The defense is still decent. They got rid of D4 and got Frank Clark, which I think that's not as an improvement, but they're still a great team. AFC Championship game, if not the Super Bowl. That's just high expectations for Kermit the Frog and them. Number 2, the New England Patriots. Tom Brady, defending champs. Tom, he's going to win, I think, at least 2 Super Bowls before he retires. He's 43. I think he's going to retire at 46. I think he's going to win at least 2 more Super Bowls before then. So, they don't rebuild, they reload, and they definitely reloaded. And they got N'Keal Harry, who I think is going to do wonders for the team. Got rid of Danny Etling, which I was a little surprised about because, it's either him or Jarrett Stidham for, the next Tom Brady. Days are numbered for the Patriots, but more than a lot of people think. This team's really good. The defense, saved them. I think the defense won Super Bowl MVP because they held that great Rams offense down to 3 points. And number 1, no bias at all. Let's all admit it. It's New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, the best big 3 in the NFL. Taysom Hill, everything. We got the Latavius Murray as a backup. You got Jared Cook, Traquan Smith, Ted Ginn Jr., Austin Carr. O-line is still really good. The defense brought everyone back. Eli Apple actually playing how he's supposed to play. This team and then got screwed over by that referee. And I'm glad I was working that night. I couldn't watch it, and I'm glad I didn't because that hurt. You're one blown call away from having Drew Brees versus Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, which would have been much better than a young Rams team, the young coach against the Patriots. So, yeah, no bias. I don't care if you guys throw it at me, but the Saints are the best team, the most complete team. I said Chargers, but it's really the Saints. You just have everything. So, yeah, number 1, Saints, 2, Patriots, 3, Chiefs, 4, Rams, 5, the Chargers, 6, the Chicago Bears, 7, Cleveland, 8 is Dallas, 9 is the Packers, and 10 is the Philadelphia Eagles. Worst team in the league's Miami Dolphins. I had a lot of trouble doing the middle, ranked 9 through 15. I had a lot of trouble ranking those teams because all those teams, they're pretty much on their same level. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And you'll probably see another video come out in a few days from now, either Friday or Saturday. And you have, next Thursday, I'll be heading back to Florida State, and I'll be very excited about that. And you'll probably hear, and I'll probably do an analysis video for FSU and Iowa. So you can cheer for those boys up there. All right, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you have any suggestions you want me to talk about, make sure you comment below or message me personally on Instagram. It will be all down in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoy your day.